All right, guys, welcome back. I do want to do a supplemental because, of course, my last guest, Steve Hatchett, he is one of our chief operating officers at our company. And, there's certain things because we are a publicly held company that he can go into. There's certain things he can't, especially on the business side of what we're about to do with this PRYSM device. And I did not want to gloss over it because, like I said in that last episode, there are so many people that got a very harsh slap to the back of their head on the fragility of their financial situation, especially when COVID happened. When if you were in a job deemed unessential, and all of a sudden you could not work, most people, and I had personal friends that were making 100,000 a year, but they were spending 100,000 a year. So as long as there was no disruption, everything was okay. Then there was a disruption, and it was a very eye-opening experience for a lot of people that what I'm currently doing is not working. And I ask people this all the time when I do coaching calls. I ask their background, what they do for a living, how long they've been doing it, things like that. And I always ask them, and I want to ask you as you're watching this, what what if you go 1 month and don't get paid? What would your life look like? Do you have enough resources to be able to sustain it? And it's like, man, it hurts, but I got enough. Would it be majorly disruptive? And if you've been doing something for the last 3, 5, 10 plus years, and you literally can't go a month without getting paid, you really need to look at what is going to be different the next 5 years, the next 10 years. And that's what I really wanted to go into on the business opportunity side of getting this device out in the marketplace, because we're going to get this device out by word of mouth. That's it. We get paid to run our mouths, right? To be an evangelist. I'm such a strong evangelist about this product because I know that it's going to change people's lives. And that's what you really got to think about. What if 15 seconds could change your life? And I'll show you how easy this device is. Of course, it's not connected to my app right now because I'm using my phone. But as you turn on this machine, and as I just literally put my finger over this, I can scan myself daily in 15 seconds. Now, if I scan myself originally and all of a sudden I realize that I'm in the red or the orange, if I were to scan originally like that, which blue, I match my shirt today. That's what you want, blue or purples. What if you get that insight and all of a sudden you realize and start making small changes to your lifestyle now to start optimizing your health, that compound effect literally changes the quality of your life. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because as this gets into people's homes, people start scanning their spouses, scanning their kids, they can really see that. Now, I love looking at other companies that have been very successful. And I was reading about Apple the other day. 2001, they were about a $5 billion company when they launched the first iPod. Now, I want you to think of Apple as they are today, like the juggernaut that they are today in the marketplace and everything that they've came out with since 2001. But they launched a disruptive technology into the marketplace with that first iPod. It was disruptive, right? When I was a kid, we were walking around with big old CD players. We had them hooked into our cars, right? Into the cassette things in our cars, trying not to let it skip every time you hit a bump, right? Like that's how I grew up, with cassette tapes and or CD players. And then all of a sudden they're coming out with this little iPod device, right? That could download music and listen to it. I mean, it was disruptive. Now, what if Apple were to come to you, looking back, knowing what you know now? What if in 2001 Apple said, "Hey, we're about to launch this iPod in the marketplace, and for every iPod you help get into the marketplace, you're going to share in that revenue. You have the opportunity to share in that revenue. And everything we build on top of that from here on out, that foundation you help us set, everything we build on top of it, you can share in that revenue too." Now, that's why I'm excited about this from a business perspective, and to build a long-term residual asset and a leveraged asset. Most people don't understand leverage. Leverage is money coming in whether you show up or not. That's leverage. Most people look at leverage when they go into real estate. Real estate's great. I love real estate. We're investors ourselves, but there's a lot of risk. There's a lot of overhead, right? And most people don't know how to get into that. But again, creating residual rental income, right, is attractive to most people. But again, there's a lot of backside and a lot of debt to it, or a lot of risk to it. Most people try to leverage the debt in certain ways. But again, we all saw people, especially when the housing crisis happened in 2008, 2009, 2010, a lot of people got caught, right? So there's a lot of risk. Now, what I love about this, there's no risk to it. There's none of those barriers to entry But again, I know the foundation that I'm building now and all the technology, just like my last guest, Steve Hatchett, said. He had a bunch of scientists coming into his office, and they're about to start going into some of the ways that this is going to get even better and better and better and be able to measure more and more things. Again, if you want to think about creating an entire ecosystem of a profile of kind of your best, most optimal digital twin, and here you are now, how do we get you here? Right? How do we really get you there? And that's what's exciting about it, because we're going to be able to build a very personal profile for you as the individual. Now, from a business perspective, I want you to really think about that, because again, if you're watching this right now, you're probably in a 0.0001% of the entire world that's ever even heard about this technology. I truly believe in the next 3 or 4 years, it will be as household name as Apple Watch or Whoop Band or Fitbit or any of the others, with a solution for people to help optimize their health. So you got to realize and think about, am I leveraging technology? Am I leveraging AI? Am I leveraging trends in the marketplace to monetize them, or um, am I in a position in my career that might get swallowed by AI? Right? Like I'll never forget hearing, I think it was Hillary Clinton back in the day, I think. But they were going after the coal industry, and people were like, well, what are all these coal miners going to do? And they just laughed, said, well, they need to learn how to code. And I giggled, because I've lived a pretty manual labor life most of my life. I was never afraid of work, and it helped me create success. But I was thinking, man, most of them coal miners have no interest in coding. They're not going to learn how to code. That's not a solution. Okay, let's fast forward to today's world. What's the need for coders? When AI, I could literally go through a couple apps and create an entirely functional web page in literally about 2 minutes using AI. Right? Coders are in trouble. Right? Technology is changing. Now, I believe it's going to create, just like any other time technology starts changing. Yes, are some jobs going to get absorbed? Absolutely. Is it going to create massive opportunity on the flip side? Absolutely. So can I leverage that? Can I create a leveraged asset that is operating without me? So think about this. As we start getting these prisms in the marketplace, and say over the next year, I get 1,000 of these prisms in my network. Now, what's beautiful about that is, as people have this in their homes and they're scanning themselves, they're scanning their kids, they're scanning everyone else, and the AI in the app then takes that information. It makes very personalized supplementation recommendations based off them. Right? I don't know when people are going to be scanning. I don't know when people are going to be going through the app. I don't know when people are going to be shopping right from the app and having products delivered to them. But it's all going to create sales volume. It's all going to create business that I'm not a part of. I'm not there. That's the unique opportunity about what we have and what we're launching into the marketplace. It's a very unique opportunity, and you're hearing about it first. Again, I've never gotten a phone call from any of the other wearables in the marketplace offering me an opportunity to share in revenue as I help get these out into the market. But I know measurements create markets, period, and stop. And so if you can get to this point where you are leveraging a disruptive technology into a wellness industry that's already over 6.5 trillion, they're saying it's going to be 9 by 2028. Literally in 2 years, it's going to grow about $2 trillion. And this is a global launch. So no matter where you're watching this, we're in 50 markets around the world. And so to be able to leverage technology, I can get on this technology. I can talk to people anywhere in the world for free. I can build my business. I can build a global business with this for free. Right? Just by spreading the word about some unique proprietary technology that no one else can do. If you missed a lot of the details about this technology and what it's going to be doing, please go back to the last episode I had with Steve Hatchett, where we really got into those details. But the ability to gain insight, what's really happening inside of our body, and not just what we're consuming, but is what we're consuming actually being absorbed into the body and not just pass through it. Now, sadly, in the supplement world, there's 1,600 plus supplement companies out there, and 90+% are garbage. It's literally in one end, out the other. I mean, I scanned a lady with this device the other day, and she's been wearing these patches, these vitamin patches she got from Amazon for 2 years, and she scanned in the lowest levels. Why? Because whatever's in that patch is not actually getting into the body and actually being absorbed by the body to get the best benefit. That's the problem in the marketplace. For most people, it's what do I take? How do I know it's working? So once you make a decision, you deserve to know, is it actually working? So if this is resonating with you, I want you to comment. I want you to DM me, like get into the conversation to understand how you can leverage this and monetize it. Because for me, I wanted to create a leverage type asset, again, that is working whether I'm working or not. If I'm in the trench working, I'm making money. If I'm on vacation, I'm making money. Right? I think for most people, they're wanting to go because they know the industrial age, right? That mindset of getting an education, going and getting a job, staying there for 40 years, hoping to retire with enough money and health to be able to enjoy your last years of your life is not working. It's not attractive to most people. Now, I want to talk to the college kids out there. I hear all the time, all these college kids are getting out of school. They got into debt, right? Because they were sold a bill of goods that you had to go to college. You have to get an education if you want to be successful. I'm proof that that's not. I'm a high school graduate that went to work, and I did not want to be controlled by a boss, and I wanted to make money, and I wanted to take that 100% responsibility that if I'm willing to work hard and maybe take a road less traveled, that I can create any kind of income I want. There's no shortage of opportunity out there. There's a shortage of mindset out there. That's the biggest problem. And so I want to talk to this younger generation right now that is saying that they're getting out of school. They're not able to find a job. You know, they're talking about the average first time home buyer is 40 years old now. Well, my son bought his first house at 21 with no help from us at all. He found a trade. He learned the trade. He was willing to work really hard, and he makes a fairly significant income in that trade. He's 23 years old. He bought his first house at 21. So just because people tell you like the American dream is dead, there's no opportunity, there's no jobs, there's no way to get a first house, there's no all this crap you hear in the news nowadays, that does not have to be your reality. It's only your reality if you choose for it to be your reality. And so for this younger generation that I'm talking to, there is more opportunity ever. I made my first pretty significant wealth because I started cutting grass. I was willing to work, and I didn't have equipment. I had a push mower, a blower, and a weed eater, a trimmer. And I threw it in the back of my truck, and I started talking to people. And before long, I started getting bigger accounts. I could get more equipment. If I needed new equipment, I would get a new contract that would cover the note of the new lawnmower or whatever it was. And I just kept growing and hustling and talking to people, and it was all word of mouth. But I was just willing to do something to change my circumstances, to change my financial situation. Anybody and their mother could pick up a lawnmower right now and go talk to their neighbors. But most people aren't willing to do it. So again, there's no shortage of money out there. There's no shortage of opportunity out there. There's people creating wealth right now, and there's people that are broke right now. There are people that are seeing more opportunity than ever right now. There are people that are saying there's no opportunity right now. Who's right? Who believes it? That's who's right. And so if you're one of these guys that say are 35 and under, and you're struggling, or even 30 and under, and you're like, man, I got out of school, I got all this debt, I don't know what I'm doing, I can't find a job in my degree, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't mean anything. There's more opportunity than ever. And this is an opportunity for everybody. Anybody could build a business with this device alone. Anybody could create income by leveraging social media. I mean, if you spend as much time complaining that you do complaining on social media, by you leveraging it and getting a word out and spreading it, market on it, you can create income. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing all these people that are saying there's no opportunity. It's false. It's a lie being sold to you so that you would be dependent on other people to take care of you. And the biggest voice out there is the government. If you're going to be dependent on the government to take care of you, you're going to be a slave to them your rest of your life, period. And it doesn't have to be that way. And so again, if this is resonating with you at all, there is more opportunity than ever right now. The way to leverage AI, to leverage technology, to leverage markets, to leverage trends that are going on, there is more money available right now than I've ever seen. I think the next 4 years, especially with our company in particular, it can be financially transformative for anybody that takes advantage of it. Now, will everybody? No. There'll be people that join our team and quit over the next 4 years and will tell me it never worked. There'll be other people that will change their entire financial future with it. What's the difference? It starts with your mindset and what you choose to believe is possible for you. That's it. And that's where I get so aggravated hearing all this garbage in the marketplace right now or on TV right now about how there's no opportunities for people. You know, most people, most millionaires and billionaires made their money in horrible economies because they saw opportunities that others didn't see. Warren Buffett made a fortune in a horrible economy. That's where he made his money because he saw opportunity when other people ran scared. So normally when people are talking fear, there's more opportunity than ever. Warren Buffett decided not to listen to what they said, and he created a fortune. And I'm telling you right now, there is more opportunity than ever. I understand that most young people got sold a bill of goods, and then they got conned, honestly. They got conned into getting large amounts of debt for an education they were told they had to have to survive. And it's garbage. It's complete garbage. But you can't change the past. You can only change the future. Right? And so what I'll never understand is why, if we're wanting to really make a change, and I might get off on another tangent here, but how come there's not penalties for the lenders like they are for the borrowers? Right? It seems like there's no consequence to these lenders giving out all of this debt, saddling people, enslaving people to debt. Right? So we always look at people that accumulated the debt saying, man, you know, well, they accumulated it. It was their choice. Absolutely, it was their choice. And I believe you made a choice. You need to own the choice. And I'm not saying that there should be bailouts for people. I'm not for that either. I mean, I chose not to go to college. My wife, when she was in college, she chose to do everything she could do to apply for as many grants as she could. And we just paid for it as we went because we did not want to saddle ourselves with debt. That was a choice we made. Was it hard? Absolutely. But was it worth it? Absolutely. So I think you need to be 100% responsible for the choices you made. But I also think there needs to be a major look at how come there's never a consequence for the lenders? How come it's this open season for them to be able to saddle people and enslave people to debt? But hey, if you're in that situation, it is what it is. But ask any wealthy person what's the fastest way to get out of debt. Create new cash flow. I believe this is going to create a massive amount of cash flow for people that take advantage of it. It's just a matter, are you going to take advantage of it or not? There'll be people that hear this message, dismiss it as garbage, never make a penny of it. There'll be other people hear this message, say, show me how to get involved, and they'll make money out of it. Some people a little bit of money, some people a lot of money. It depends on you. I mean, we have a massive part of our team that they just want supplemental money. They want $500 to $1,500 a month. That's all they care about. They're not interested in creating wealth. They just want to create a little cushion. And that's awesome. That's what they want. And that's great. There's other people that are looking to exit out of what they're currently doing and they want to replace their full-time income. We have a lot of people who do that. We have people that want to create wealth. We have a lot of people who do that. It's really up to you and what you want out of it. But again, the main point of this message is this is one opportunity. There's one opportunity that has little to no risk to it. Is it the only one out there? And that's the real message I want to get across. This isn't the only opportunity out there. So for people that saying that they can't find a job, number one, honestly, are you working full-time looking for a job as you will be working a full-time job? Most people aren't. So how hard are you really looking? But number two, look at some of the roads less traveled. Look at opportunities that might not be on that path that you thought you should go down. Because again, I never in a million years thought this is how we'd be making our living. I never in a million years thought I would join an affiliate marketing and direct sales company 16 years ago, and this would be our full-time money. I mean, again, my first career after I left the city of Beaumont, working for them for about 4 years, was working for AT&T for close to 20 years. I was able to leave them because I picked up a lawnmower and created a business that allowed me to leave corporate America. But I realized that business owned my life and owned my time, and I wanted to create leverage. And so when this opportunity came, yeah, I almost laughed it off. I was like, there's no way. I'm not doing it. I'm too busy. I have too many irons in the fire. But thankfully, I took a step back and I got the information so I could make a decision for my future if this is a road I want to go down. I made a decision from knowledge, not assumption. And that's where you really need to look at. It's free to get the knowledge. At least know what you're saying no to. Because you don't know what you don't know, and you won't know till you do, right? So you have to get the knowledge and see if it's a fit. I mean, our business honestly can be for everybody. I know it's not for everybody, right? Let me rephrase that. I know this business can be for everybody, but it's not for everybody, right? Like I've seen it. I've seen every walks of life be successful at our business. But I know it's not for everybody, and that's okay. But at least know some of your options out there. And again, as we launch this PRYSM technology, as you really think about the scale and the growth that this thing's going to hit, because personalized, truly intelligent wellness is what we're launching into the marketplace. So people can actually know, is what I'm doing, not only in my lifestyle, but also my supplementation, actually working and making a difference in my life? Can I actually know that because I can actually measure it? That's what we're doing. I mean, I help people all day get a true insight of their biology, what is really going on inside their body. That's what I do. And so if people just want to be clients, that's awesome. I know I'm making a difference in their health, their longevity, how their quality of life long term. If people see this as a business, I see it as both. I'm a product of the product. I'm almost 50 years old, the best shape of my life. I've been on these supplements for 16 years. I'm by far in the best shape of my life. So again, it's just an opportunity. But I just want to give a quick message about this, because I want to break the narrative that there's no opportunity in the marketplace right now, that the American dream is dead, blah, blah, blah. Why is everybody in the world still flocking here if the American dream is dead? Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for your time. Again, please contact me if you want more information on how you can get involved and or just get some information about this opportunity that's on the table. Because again, you're hearing about this PRYSM device right now. You're one of the first people in the world to hear about it. And I'm telling you, 3 or 4 years, this is going to be as household as Apple Watch. Do you want the opportunity to help monetize that kind of growth? That's what's on the table. All right, guys. Love you. Take care. God bless. See you next time. Bye. Don't tell me that didn't record.